Manchester United in red, black and black go left to right. Chelsea in blue and white, right to left. Referee checks the watch, blows the whistle, and we are underway at Stamford Bridge for match day 22 in the WSL season. Chelsea taking on Manchester United in the closing game of the campaign. That's a lovely ball over the top for Lauren James, brought it down brilliantly in the area. James with the effort, brilliant save from Fallon Tullis-Joyce, point blank, gets a big hand to it and lifts it onto the roof of the net. Great stop from the Manchester United goalkeeper.
Yeah, Lauren James has had a quiet start to this game, but she only needs one opportunity.
Ellard's got to the end of her own clearance and found Ella Toon as well. And Manchester United looking to break here, rolls the ball into the feet of Ziggiotti. Ziggiotti's played that perfectly into the path of Melvin Mallard. Mallard up to the edge of the area. Mallard's right-footed effort, bending goalwards, hits the stanchion on the way through.
Really good football, started and finished by Melvin Mallard. Getting back, doing the defensive duties, not satisfied with just doing that. Nice into passing through the middle of the park, and then she steps inside. Always a little bit too high.
More on that in a second, because Chelsea are trying to escape down the right-hand side with Carpenter. Carpenter up against Sandberg. Arrows the ball. Oh, it's come off the post! What an incredible effort that is from the right-hand side. The cross-come shot ricochets off the inside of the post after looping over the head of Fallon Tullis-Joyce. Looked for all the world like it was going miles wide, only to ricochet off the woodwork. Only as far as Lauren James. Chelsea have got so many players committed forward here. Walsh, Thompson, back to Kira Walsh, out to the right-hand side, and Lauren James. Lauren James with the right-footed cross into the penalty area. Met on the volley! That is a fantastic finish from Sam Kerr. Brilliant ball into the box from Lauren James. And first time on the volley off the underside of the crossbar to give Chelsea a 1-0 lead. Chelsea 1, United 0.
Well, it's a classy finish from a player that has done so much for Chelsea in the 6.5 years that she's been there. And I suppose from a neutral point of view, and certainly from a Chelsea point of view, it's a fitting way for her to sign off.
Now into the feet of Ella Toon, who turns and drives towards the edge of the penalty area. Brilliant ball into the box. Crucial intervention from Violet Berman. Lifted back in. Brilliant header off the post. Great cross from Jess Park, and a diving effort from Vangerheim rattles off the woodwork.
United have impetus with the introduction of Jess Park. It's a lovely ball. She's really unlucky.
To the closing stages at Parkhead. Still 1-1. Brilliant win back here, and Ziggiotti bearing down on the penalty area. 1-1 with Hampton, looks to get it across to Vangerheim. Vangerheim plays it back into Ella Toon. Ella Toon gets her feet tangled, and the ball's out of play for a corner. Well, you can see why Ziggiotti tries to move it across to Vangerheim, sees herself being closed down by a Chelsea player and the goalkeeper, realises Vangerheim's in a better position, but the pass clatters off the defender and prevents Ellen Vangerheim from being able to get on the end of it. Fallon Tullis-Joyce is up here. She's inside the penalty area, central. If we could add goal scoring to the CV of Fallon Tullis-Joyce, that would be quite incredible.
I'm not so sure that's where she wants to be, though. Oh,
pulled down inside the penalty area.
She was.
Ball is into the box. Loose inside the area. Jess Park looks to hook it back
ball.
in. Ramirez looks to have handled the ball. The referee says otherwise. Lovely turn from Jess Park. She swung the cross in. Can it fall for United? Peng with a diving start pushes it wide for the corner.
Well, Mark, certainly an entertaining end to the game with everything that went on there. But in the end, fine margins and one piece of quality from Sam Kerr was the only goal that stood in the way.
Every game we've played has been fine margins, and we're against a team that has, incredible experience. Like today, we needed to take the moments we created. I felt we were better in performance than we have been in many years, many games in the last block, just because of we got our full team back, right? got our ability to change the players. So, and they've been incredible, the players this year. Look, we want to deliver trophies for our fans. You heard them today. They're the best in the country. And, we feel the weight of that. And, we're trying to find a way to do that and with the resources we have. So I want to thank them for this incredible season they've given us. We've took them on a European tour and somewhere we want to get them back to. You said to me that, we came really close, but it was fine margins. Then I have to find a way to close those fine margins, and that'll be my job over the summer.
Yeah, well, definitely watching the game today, especially the second half, chopping and changing a little bit, being able to bring players on that you haven't been able to bring on a little bit. I think a switch as well to 3 at the back, am I right, to really go for it at the end?
I mean, the context throughout the season, we've been quite creative in many games with what we've had. And like you look at today, we lose Jade after 5-6 minutes, we lose Anna at half-time, so we lost both our fullbacks. And then to find Frido dropping back in, then going into a free, to be able to then get that higher sustained pressure up top. The players, they've had a hard, long season, mate, and I can't be prouder of them. Look, I want to win things, but it's okay to say that I'm still proud of them. We're the most scrutinised team in the country, as our fans will know, and we fight and fight and fight. Got nothing but fight from this team. We need the fine margins of quality in those moments. We're creating, we need to take, and that'll be the gap we have to close in the summer. But as I say, I can't fault any of the players in this team for what they've given this year.
Really nice moment at the end, as there often is, a huddle at the end of the game where the messages gets passed across. Of course, this is the last game of the season. What was the message? Was it how proud you are of them, how many games they have played and how well they've done? As
much as they hurt, played 41 games this year, not including friendlies. That's without the international players playing all the games they've played. And I think if you look at that, we played in, I think, 6 different countries. On our first attempt, and to finish in the Champions League. And if we'd have had that squad today, I think we would have taken Bayern as well. I do believe that. And then we would have been to a different place. So, we haven't quite got the silverware, but the experience that this young team have gained will only hold them in good stead for years to come. And every season where you have to build this kind of momentum is a projection to next season. And we've always done that at Manchester United. And I'm excited to see what we can do next year.
Now, you have already mentioned it, but I want to mention it again. The fans that not only travelled up and down this country supporting the team, but as you mentioned, across Europe this season, 6 countries, which for them will be fantastic, but the support they've given is also fantastic.
No other fans compare. No other fans compare. We've asked them to be late night, early mornings, early starts, late nights home. They've been incredible. And to every one of them, for everyone that wants us to do better and win more, and of course, thank you to them as well, because we're driving, we're aspiring to do that, and I promise them that we'll give everything in the pursuit of that. That's who we are, that's what we do. In the veins of our club runs that kind of DNA, so I know that as a team we'll come back, we'll look at what we can do better over the summer, and then we'll come hard going into next season.
Brilliant, thank you as always, Mark.
Thank you as well.
Well, Gabby, entertaining towards the end. Didn't know if the late goal was going to go in, all the drama that was happening, but in the end, the fine margins of just 1 goal and 1 piece of quality.
Yeah, definitely. I think we pushed all the way to the end, and we had some good chances in the game, and we just couldn't get it over the line today. But we're going to work on that, reflect for next season, and then come back, and hopefully we can take it to another level.
It seemed like a lot of chopping and changing as well. Of course, losing Jade very early on, then Anna came off at half-time, and then was it a shift to a 3 at the back towards the end as well?
Yeah, I think we just needed to go for it and try and get something from the game and change something. So we went to a 3 for a little bit. Yeah, it was difficult losing Anna and Jade. We know how big a part they play in the way that we play. But we've got other people that can come in and do a job. Frido did a great job, and Hannah, she's been great since she's come in. So yeah, we've got a good squad, and it's just about building from now.
And how are you finding it on a personal level, being a little bit more central in the play at centre-back rather than at full-back?
Yeah, I mean, I've got 10 years experience playing centre-back, and I think I'm more comfortable playing there, but I can play left-back as well. I think it's good to be versatile, and I'm happy to play wherever the manager wants me to play. So yeah, I'll give my all the time I put the shirt on.
And obviously this being the last game of the season, and what a great season it has been. First season in the Champions League Cup final as well, and also the fans that have not just travelled up and down the country but across Europe this year.
Yeah, definitely. These are the seasons that we want. We want to be playing in Europe, and that's what we're going to look to do next year again. And push to try and finish in the Champions League spot. The fans have been amazing. Every single game, home, away, like you said, across Europe, they're there, and we just need them to stick with us the whole way through. Like, it's been a grueling season for us all. We've played the most amount of games we've played in any season, and we're ticking off little boxes as we go. It's all about the little wins, of course. We wanted to qualify for Champions League, and it's not happened, but it's about how we return next season and push together as a squad.
Well, thank you for your time and well done this season.
Thank you.